Well, hello, my friends. Blessing and peace on you in the mighty name of King Jesus. Troy Brewer here, coming at you strong from the studios in Burleson, Texas at Open Door Church. Guys, I'm back in Texas. It's been a whole bunch of traveling the last 3 weeks. This last week I was in Florida, and we were off the coast. And at the beginning of the week, I was in South Carolina. I was in North Carolina. The week before that, I was in San Diego, and I was in Arizona, and I was out at Redemption Ranch. And the week before that, I was in Florida again. And I'm so happy to be here this week. And guys, we got a lot of things coming up that I got to tell you about, including get ready, because in about 15 seconds, I'm going to show you a really cool video of what I'm going to be preaching. It's my brand new sermon series. And guys, in the meantime, please comment on where it is that you're watching from. Please get ready to share this. Please share this. And friends, watch this.
Baseball, the cultural cornerstone of a generation. Its effects echoing throughout our society, our comedies, our dramas, bringing people together to cheer on their favorite underdogs, their strongest champions. To succeed in baseball is to succeed in the world. But what does it mean when you need to succeed in the kingdom? What does crowning victory look like? In baseball, it's a trophy, a slot in the Hall of Fame. But in God's kingdom, what does that mean? It's finding hope where none can be found. It's clinging to the Lord when all you want to do is let go. It's about finding victory in the major leagues and facing the devil head on. And knocking it out of the park. Winning the World Series by Pastor Troy Brewer.
My goodness, guys. Man, listen, that's going to be my sermon series this coming Sunday, and winning the World Series. And one of the things that I am so anxious to talk about is the main things. Okay, so the one that's coming up on this coming Sunday is called Who's On First, and it's about priorities. And it's about, hey, man, if we're going to be people who win for the kingdom, man, we got to be kingdom people. Do you know that Jesus only preached one message? That's right, friends. He didn't preach 10,000 messages. He preached one. And I'm going to tell you where it's at. It's in Matthew chapter 4, verse 17. It says, and from that time on, Jesus began to preach. Are you ready? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Jesus preached one message. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He was a kingdom guy, and he came to show us what it looks like when the Father gets his way. He came to show us what it looks like when Jesus is the king and we are a part of his kingdom. Everything, every subcategory of that falls into that one category. I want to be talking about that a lot this week in all the media that I'm going to be doing on Wednesday night when I'm with Pastor Alan DiDio. On this coming Sunday, whenever we're doing this, we're going to be talking about the kingdom. And I also want to point this out to you as well, because I love this. When we talk about the mysteries of the kingdom, it's a mystery to everybody else. They don't know when God is moving. They don't know what God is doing. They don't see the big picture. They don't have a kingdom view. And but that's not you and that's not me. I'm going to be talking about that a whole lot tomorrow on the Prophetic Life. And again, I'll make those announcements here in just a minute. Well, it's good to see Danuta is back here from the great nation of Spain. My good friend Cheryl Lohner is here. Cheryl, how in the world are you? I love you and I call you blessed. Evelyn, so happy that you're here from Big Time Liberty, Texas. My friends, go back to that, Ben. I want to tell you, just recently, some of these cats actually went out to Redemption Ranch with me, and Evelyn Killian and her husband, Tim, I believe, came out there, and I met them for the very first time. They're people who watch us and people who are plugged into our ministry, and they're like, hey, we're coming out to Redemption Ranch. And so they did, and I'm so glad that they have. Benjamin Allen Brewer joining me from across the road and down the street, but he's actually just across this room. Ben, how in the world are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Dude, you preached on Sunday.
I did offer, yes.
Yeah, you got up with your mama and your other brother, who's much better looking than you.
That's a lie. We both know it.
Yeah.
Don't even try to deny
it's not true at all. But with that said, you guys got up and you guys did an awesome job and you shared your testimony. And Luke got up and talked about, hey, man, the work that we're doing with small churches all around here, Open Door Church. And hey, if we're not going to do it, who else is, going to do that? Man, good job, man.
Thank you. I was really impressed with Luke. Luke did real well. That's the first time I've actually ever seen him up on stage, and he did very well. I was very impressed.
He's doing so well since he got out of rehab. We're also proud of him.
I was just thinking that. I'm really proud of him. It's been, what, like a week since he got out?
Oh, he hadn't been in rehab. He's been in cowboy camp, which is basically the same thing.
Honestly, yeah.
But anyway, that is pretty daggone funny. Friends, I want to remind you guys to share this, to like this, to let people know that we're on. If you listen, we're sharing this across all of our social media platforms, and we're giving testimonies. I'm going to be sharing the gospel just a little bit, just giving you some things that's on my heart. And like people like Irene in New York are watching right now. Hey, thank you, Irene. I bless you and call you blessed in Jesus' name. Welcome to Texas and call you blessed. Also, too, Melissa Joe Wiscombe Fisk. Man, what a name. Man. She said, you know what? King Jesus, let King Jesus be glorified. Love you too, Melissa. Call you blessed. Anyway, if you guys will write down where it is that you're watching from, and I got some cool stories to tell you, and I got some amazing pictures to show you. But guys, this coming Sunday at Open Door Church, I'm starting a brand new sermon series, and I cannot wait to do this. I'm going to be kind of giving some teasers throughout the week. Like tomorrow on the prophetic life. And Ben, I know that we have a graphic for this. I'm actually going to be on the prophetic life. I'm going to be talking about the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. And as part of our mentoring community, and if you're part of the ODX family, man, join me tomorrow. If you're part of stage 2 or if you're part of stage 3, I'm going to be talking about the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. And we're going to be unpacking all this. So a lot of you guys are going to get like a preview of what I'm talking about, except for I'm actually going to be answering questions and doing all those kinds of things. And we're going to be diving into this in a really deep way. And you're going to have a chance to ask me, hey, what about this and what about that? Man, a lot of Christian people don't even know what the kingdom is, much less how to seek it, much less how to do the kingdom thing. I was with Pastor Jerry, and you guys know that I had some logistical malfunctions that happened over the weekend. Ben, I know that you were jealous. I know that you were.
I was. Y'all are some losers. Y'all left me behind.
We did. I mean, somebody's got to work while we're going, you know?
Somebody's
got to work.
I just sit here and look pretty.
And it ain't going to be you. That's obvious.
That's exactly right. You know, Mom called me out for that.
Did she?
She goes, yeah, during first service, she goes, this is my son who's scared of the mic and works really hard, talking about Luke, and then points to me and goes, this is my son who's not scared of the mic but doesn't work. From stage. It's like, you loser. I cannot believe you just did
you
that.
work hard. You work hard at doing nothing all day. You're like taking care of business every day. Right on. No, I'm proud of you, man. You guys did real good. And I know that number one, you guys had the food outreach on Saturday.
We did.
And you and your brother went and picked up more than 100,000 pounds of food, and we gave it away right here in the parking lot. And we got lots of testimonies to give about that. But I was talking about something before we started going off in your little, what was I talking about? What was it? I was asking you about something. Yeah, you're no help.
Oh, how jealous was I?
Oh, that's exactly right, because I was gone.
Yep.
And so your sister and I, Megan, we took off and we went to Greenville, South Carolina on Tuesday, and we met with Jerry Ann Webb, the amazing Jerry Ann Webb, who actually wrote a book that's called Heaven in Your Home. And she's all about having revival with your kids and revival in your house. And when we met with her, we went to Sean and Lynette Tabbitt's house. And love the Sean and Lynette Tabbitt bunch. And she's had, terrible cancer. And we went there to go pray for her and believe God for a huge healing. And we went there and it was so good. And then, and just prayed. And sometimes that's a mission trip. You just go somewhere just to be somebody's friend and just to pray for them and to bring a hope bomb. Hey, I'm here to bring a hope bomb. Boom. And we did that. It was a great privilege to be with my daughter and to hang out with her. Now that she's 36 and got her own babies, like, hey, if we can get away and do our own little mission trip, that's going to be amazing. And we did. On Wednesday, I flew down. I went to North Carolina, and then from North Carolina, I flew to Florida. And then I took a couple of days off to go with Ben. I'm sorry, not Ben. No, Ben, I'm sorry.
You left
here.
me behind.
I didn't invite you.
I know. You left me behind. You made fun of me and still didn't even invite me.
Ben, I don't know how that happened.
Heartbroken.
I don't know how I didn't invite you. I'm so sorry. But I went with some people I really like to hang around. I was with like Jerry Sellers, and I was with Lenny Johnson. And anyway, it wasn't my trip. Dude, I take you with me everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
I
won't
do.
forget
I
this.
take you
Don't
with
forget,
me
I'll be
everywhere.
with you all next week. Don't forget about that. Mhm.
Where?
Columbia.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be in. Yeah, we're gonna be. We're in Winnipeg.
No,
Canada.
that's 2 weeks
You're
after
like
that.
Columbia. Oh no, this week we're going to be in
Yeah.
Amazon jungle. That's
Yes.
exactly right. Yeah, you're leaving with me on Sunday night. We're flying down to Columbia. I'm
Yep.
like, I totally forgot about that. Minor little trip. We're going down to the Amazon
big deal.
jungle.
No big deal
Yeah.
at all.
Well, this is how we live. And we're going to go visit our latest rescued boys and girls. We're going to be down there with Brother Sean Boat. That's going to be Sunday after church, man. We're going to be going down there. And I can't, guys, for probably the next 6 weeks, we're going to be telling testimonies of people that we have seen redeemed in every way that a person can be redeemed. People set free out of slavery, literal slaves. And we have one home that we built and bought last year, a rescue center. We already have 100 little boys and girls in it, and it's just going to be craziness. And I can't wait to do that. So yeah, Ben, you'll be with me next week. Anyway, I don't feel sorry for you, bro. Yeah, I went out there and I wanted to go fishing, and so I was invited to be a part of Lenny Jobkins' fishing trip. And he invited Jerry and I to be a part of that, which was super nice. We went out 160 miles and we caught 10 yellowfin tuna fish, and it was amazing. I caught one that was 100 pounds, man, 100-pounder. And it's like, oh my gosh. The Lord bless us. We came back. We got in a terrible storm. Of course, there would be a terrible storm involved, and I'll be giving you guys, my team is actually making a video on this, and we're going to post it on odx.tv. A crazy cool, it's going to be called Fishing for a Miracle, going after a miracle to see our friends healed of cancer, and then boom, doing a side trip to actually go fishing for a couple of days and get away from everybody. And we did that, and then we came back. And whenever we came back, Ben, God did this incredible miracle. For one thing, it rained. The huge storm we got into 160 miles off the coast came on to the land and shut down all the airports and our dadgum flights. We had five flights canceled. Boom, 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 boom. So from Friday night until Saturday night, everything was canceled. It was like, well, I got to preach on Sunday. So I called up Leanna. Leanna, this is your loser husband saying to you, honey, that I will not be coming home tonight. Would you mind preaching for me? She's like, okay. So Leanna came in and she preached on Sunday, and it was amazing. We were coming back. I was able to get on a plane, but Jerry and I went to have breakfast, and our waitress had stage 4 colon cancer. And it's like, first day I was here, we're praying for somebody with cancer. The last day we're here, we came across somebody that has cancer. And I'm just going to tell you guys this. This is a mama, and she's got 2 little kids. She was a young girl. She's married. She's got a husband, and she is working full time with stage 4 cancer, sick as she can be. While her husband holds down 2 jobs, and she's taking care of her babies. And she was our waitress. It was totally Jesus that we came across her. Of course, we prayed for her, but we're also in contact with her, and we're going to help her because she needs a lot of help. They are in distress, and I just want to tell you, man, they're in distress, and we want to help them. I just think, guys, that we have to pay attention. This is one of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, is to know when the kingdom is in play. Like, what does that mean? It means this is a chance for her to see Jesus as her king. And it's also a chance for God to get his way. It's his will being done and his kingdom coming. Your will be done, your kingdom come. When God gets his way, that's called the kingdom. And you have to fear the Lord, and which means you have to be committed to the kingdom. You have to be committed to the king and the king's heart and the king's agenda and everything. And here we were, busted and disgusted because I wasn't able to make it home, and it's pretty daggum frustrating to spend an entire day at an airport and not be able to get out and finally just go, well, let's go get an Uber and go find another hotel and just spend the night because there's not anything that we can do about this. Leanna and the boys are going to get up and speak on Sunday, and there's nothing, it's okay. It's all good. But then to realize in the midst of all that, no, you were delayed for a reason. Leanna talked about on Sunday, she talked about in 2011, Leanna and I was going through a tremendous crisis. I mean, a horrible crisis that almost ended our ministry. And there was a group of people that were very intent on ending our ministry. And we were just heartbroken over the whole thing. And in the midst of all that, in the midst of this conflict of epic proportions, this guy from Australia, man, his plane breaks down in the air. They have to emergency land at DFW Airport. And he called me and said, Troy, what could be going on that the Lord would break my plane and delay me to talk to you? You're the only person I know in Dallas-Fort Worth. And I was literally one exit away driving back from Dallas. And I don't ever go to Dallas. And driving back, I was one exit away. Leanna told that story on Sunday morning. And at the time that she was telling it, our plane had been delayed. And we came across a girl who just needs a lot of help. And friends, I want to just tell you, man, we're going to help this girl. And in the midst of everybody that we're helping, in the midst of, our friends just got back from Acuna. I just found out today I had another team that went to Matamoros and started a new fire. She's just out starting new fires everywhere. And I'm like, wow, of course, we're going to be in the Amazon jungle this week. We had our tremendous outreach on Saturday. And I'm just like, you know what? In the midst of all the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that we're reaching out to be the hands and feet of King Jesus to, the Lord still's like, hey, one more, this one right here. Troy, can I trust you to see the kingdom and not just a breakfast buffet? Can I trust you to see the kingdom and not just the fact that you don't want to be in this place on this day? Can I trust you with this? I'm like, oh, this is a kingdom moment. Friends, I want to tell you, I'm going to be talking about that so much tomorrow on The Prophetic Life. And I want to invite you guys to join me, all of my friends and all of my partners at odx.tv. Encourage you guys to do that. So, Ben.
Yes, sir.
I know that you have some pictures, and you got some really cool pictures over there for me of our Acuna trip. We just had a tremendous group that went all the way down to Acuna, Mexico. They went to my rescue house down there, and they met all of my rescue kids. And then they do this huge thing that doesn't translate very well into English, but it's called Kids Day, or the Day of the Child. And it's a day that you celebrate kids. We don't do that in America now. Now we throw pedophiles at them and say, too bad, so sad. Well, I want to just tell you, we celebrate children. We don't celebrate pedophiles, and we actually rescue kids from sexual predators. That's what it is that we do. And I know that makes the United States government mad now. Like, no, this is political correctness. Well, to hell with that. I want to tell you, kids need human beings and adults to stand up for them. And if the body of Jesus is not going to do that, nobody else is going to. So we did that. And I know that you have some pictures for us. What do you have here? So our teams, they actually walked across the border. And they went down to the border, and then they actually walked across it. What else do you have? Right on. This is these are our teams. And this is our bunch. They're welcoming us. That's actually inside our place right there. Let me see the next one, please. Yep. And this is them walking up and down. That street right there is a street. You can actually see our building there. That is our building, and that's our wall that is around it. Okay. All these kids are my favorite kids. Just go ahead and hit it again. Hit it again. Yep. There's Martha. Oh my gosh. She looks so beautiful. I love Martha. Let me see another one. Yep. Outstanding. All kinds of fun stuff. Yep. Okay. So a big part of this missions trip that we do is just to go and just love on our kids. That's what it is. All right, Ben, thank you so much. I'm grateful for that, man. So we're doing it, and we're doing the kingdom stuff, and our teams have been out there, and now they're back. And while they were down there, we had a local team here that was doing a food outreach for more than 2,000 people, giving away 100,000 pounds of food. Guys, there's just Open Door is different. Open Door Church is really different. And I want to tell you this, guys. I want to see you here this coming Wednesday night or this coming Sunday as I'm bringing this word. The body of Jesus needs us to be healthy. Our local community needs us to be amazing. The state of Texas needs to be amazing. The United States of America needs the body of Jesus to be alive and well, and to be reaching out, and to be a fearless demonstration of freedom, redemption, and the goodness of God. Amen. Amen. Do you agree with that, Mr. Ben?
Yes, sir. I do. And honestly, like you said, our church just does crazy things. Like, we had 5 or 6 different churches that showed up yesterday here at Saturday at our food bank to help out. Yeah. We had over 200 volunteers, and it was so good. It was so much fun to sit here and hang out with people and then run back and forth and go do all the pickups and drop offs, all that. And just come here and check out how much life is actually in our local church too. Man, it was awesome.
Hey, I know that we're going to do this a little bit like how we do the prophetic life. And just over here to my left, I have Matthew Patterson. Matthew, go on here, and I want you to highlight the comments that I need to see right on. And since you don't have a microphone, blue check them for me so that I can go through there. And Ben will actually bring one of those up here ever so often. But Ben, I want to just tell you, man, that was a good example, and a good example to the rest of the body of King Jesus of, man, there's a tremendous difference that you can make in the body of Christ that none of the rest of us can. Get out there and do the kingdom stuff. Get out there and do the kingdom stuff. And dude, you're doing it. Absolutely.
Well, it's like you always say, is there not a cause? I mean, we know there's a cause, but which cause are we going to champion for?
That's right.
When you come with the open door, we have so many causes you can champion, and it's whatever you want to do. It's like, which flavor of ice cream do you want? And it's fun to be a part of this. It's fun to see how many people reach out and come out and just show up. It's awesome to see how many people just show up and let God show up and show off too, all at the same time. And so, yeah.
You know what? My good friend Robin Lee Day, she's out in Phoenix. Hey, Robin, how are you, Ladybug? Hadn't seen you in a long time. Miss Troublemaker, I so remember you and I love you. And you're out there part of Vita Church, which I love Vita Church. And your pastor, I know, just he recently had knee surgery, praying for him. Love him. Brother Benjamin Diaz, I think is his name, right? Benjamin Diaz, Pastor Benjamin Diaz of Vita Church in Phoenix, Arizona. But she says, hey, you were delayed for a reason that literally happened 4/10/23. A couple traveling from Dallas to Phoenix, and they said, we missed our earlier flight to prophesy into your life. That's a big deal. I'm just telling you right now, guys, listen, we got to be kingdom people. And in the midst of the chaos, we can't be so plugged into the chaos. That's the whole thing of King Jesus and the storm is he's like, hey, I'm in the storm. Focus on me. Do not focus on the storm. And this is the call to action for the body of Jesus today. Do you know where Jesus is? And do you know how to focus on Jesus in the midst of unprecedented chaos? Because it's happening, man. It is truly happening. That's just so good. All right, I'm looking in here, Matthew. I think I found one right here. Here's the one right here. Clinton says, it's so much fun doing the food bank and getting out of our comfort zone, talking, listening to people's stories. Clinton, I'm going to tell you, that's what it's all about for me, is to actually connect and to hear people talk and to hear their story and to see how the body of Jesus, just kind of interacts with people. And people got so many cool stories. I've been healed of this. God did that. This incredible thing, that incredible thing. And you can miss it all because your entire world is all about who's been fired from Fox News. Everybody's like, man, we trusted Fox News. Why? Why would you trust any worldly organization? It's kind of like whenever crypto fell, like, look, no, it's going to fail because those are worldly things, but Jesus will not fail. Get as much as you can, however you want to get it, and do whatever you can do and have mastery within your life. But know this, the world will fail you, friends, but Jesus will never, ever, ever fail you. Amen. I love what Sherlin's saying right here. How are you, my friend? Sherlin, I bless you and call you blessed. I love everything that you do. Pastor Troy family and everybody involved. You guys are everything great about this world of God. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for putting up with us. We're not trying to do things flawlessly, and we're not trying to do things perfectly, and we're not trying to do it like anybody else. We are just trying to do the kingdom stuff. And we're trying to be so real about it. And there's such a great cause. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for plugging in and for being a great big part. I love what Cheryl says. How can we donate to help the woman with cancer? You know what? Call us. Call 877-413, and the number's right here at the bottom of the screen. It's going to come up. Call it and say, you know what? I want this to go to Pastor Troy to help with the lady with cancer. Oh yeah, because we're going to help her. We're going to help her. You're going to see. She's just going to be going, only God can do this. You can actually call 877-413-0888 if you want to help me help this lady, because I don't have any budget for it. And Cheryl made a great point. I'm so grateful. Way to go, Cheryl. Or you could go to odx.tv, go to the giving tab. And I think that there's a part in there where you can actually make a note. Is that correct? Yep. And so look in there and see. And yeah, please do that. And so I'm so grateful. Please, please, please give towards that because it's going to be a little bit ridiculous. You know what? If you're doing things in the name of Jesus, then you ought to do things in a ridiculous way. Jeremiah says this. He says, I heard you on the radio years ago. Really glad our family found you. Thank you, Jeremiah. The kids are the reason for this time. You're doing great work, Troy. How many brewers are out there now? So I have my 4 biological brewers, and I have Ben. And Ben is 32. Are you 32, man?
Yes, sir.
32 years old. And Megan, your older sister, she's 36.
She is.
Right? And then the twins, Luke and Rama, they're fixing to be 30.
They are. They have a couple weeks left. And then they're going to be the big.
I don't know how
3-0.
that works because your mama's only 29, according to her. It's
God has
redeeming your
redeemed her timeline. That's all I'm going to say.
It's time redemption. She somehow
is.
tapped into that time redemption thing, which is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So how many brewers do we have? So besides my 4 biological brewers, then I have my 7 grandkids, and then of course they're all biological, and of course Ben. We never had a DNA test done on Ben, but I think
Y'all see what I got to put up with?
I
Y'all see this?
thought
This is a
your
daily
mama jumped the
thing.
fence. I didn't know. I mean, it's like there's no way. There's no way. It turns out, yeah. Anyway, but we also have on top of the 7 grandkids and the 4 kids, we also have over 900 kids. We have close to 1,000 kids that have the Brewer last name. We actually haven't named any kids Brewer in a couple of years. Because nobody's requested. And the reason why nobody's requested is because Leanna and I are not the main people going out rescuing people now. And but yeah, we have over 900 kids that have the name Brewer, that's pretty daggone cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so he said, hey, are all your adopted kids are Brewers right? Are Brewers right? No, they're not all. We actually have about 6,000 kids right now that we're in care of. And again, this is why we need partners. This is why we need people to support us. This is why we need people to stand with us. I mean, we're taking care of over 6,000 kids right now, right this second. And then we rescue kids, if not every day, then several times a week. And so we're picking up new kids constantly. And it's a money pit, but dude, all kids are money pits. Ben is 32 and he's still a money pit. Look at him. I'm changing your name, Ben, to Money Pit Brewer.
Guys, I want to take a moment and offer up some prayer for Pastor Troy because obviously his mind is slipping.
No,
and, because I'm not the money pit. I'm actually the easiest of all the children. Like that's I am. I'm the easiest.
Are you?
Oh, I am.
Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
I may be self-proclaimed in that, but I'm still saying I'm the easiest.
Dude.
I'm probably the cheapest.
Well, I'm just. Did you just say you're probably the cheapest out of all 4 of my kids?
Yeah, I did.
Man, I seriously do not know how to calculate the vast galactic expense of all 4 of you kids.
That's fair.
I really don't. But don't worry, you'll have your own calculator very soon because you have 2 kids of your own.
Oh, I already do, man. I already do. It's already adding up pretty quick. Bear's getting expensive.
Oh, that is so funny. Well, Ben, just in case anybody doesn't know me, listen, we really do love each other, and this is how we all have fun with each other, and we are a fun bunch. Clinton said that he thought that Luke and Ben were twins.
No, that's not the case, Clinton. No. Also, I see your comment down there, Clinton, that right there. No, that ain't right. No, that ain't right. You can't call me out like that. How you gonna call me out like that?
It is okay. So Ben, me and you are fixing to do a brand new podcast together, aren't we?
We are, yes, sir.
And I think that we have. Do we have a graphic or a video of it or something?
I believe we do.
Hey man, check this out, guys. We're about to do a brand new podcast, and it's gonna be
see
so
if I can
cool.
find it.
Oh, there it is. Do you see right there?
Oh, Hunter took over.
It's called Uncharted Territory. Uncharted Territory. And we're going to be talking about how the heavens declare the glory of God. We're going to be talking about numbers that preach. We're going to be talking about all the stuff that we typically talk about. And then we're going to talk about stuff that a lot of Christians are really afraid to talk about. And yeah, I'm going to
Such as Pastor Troy's Jurassic Park toenail.
You're the one with the Jurassic Park toenail.
No. You always
I'm
blame
telling
that
you.
on me, but I've seen your feet.
Ben, there's not a finer example of why somebody should wear socks than you. And I'm telling you right now, for you to talk about my Jurassic Park, bro. I now here's part of it, and we'll talk about this on podcast, but we will not talk about it today. But I want to just tell you this, man. If you travel the world the way that Ben and I travel, and you go to the jungle, and you are in India, all over the jungle in India, you're in South America, in Central America, all over the jungle in South, and if you're all over the jungles in Africa, like you and I have been. There will be a fungus among us.
There is no doubt.
And
or
you're
some
going to have to
strange
go.
parasite. It's like, man, if you guys knew the health issues we've had to go through just from eating random things or just being in a territory for too long, man, it's been fun.
Here's the deal. I'm just telling you right now. Listen, we'll talk about all this later on. We'll do whole episodes. The first part of it is going to be next level prophetic things. And then I'm going to have guests. Ben's going to co-host it with me. And we're going to have cool music. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a huge production, and be looking for it. We're working on it right now, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys have to go there, and you guys will have to check it out. Right on. Okay. I'm looking in here. Let's see what else we have on here. The new podcast should be a hoot. Yeah, it should be. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's something too, man, that makes a lot of people mad is when we have fun. And the reason why, they're so serious and they're so mean whenever they bring Jesus is because that's the streams that people were brought up in. I actually had a guy one time come to me and tell me at the church. I said at the end of the church service, this is when we were a little bitty church, and I said, "Hey, brother, so how was the church service?" He goes, "No," and I said, "No," and he said, "No." And sometimes that happens. You ask people, "Hey, man, how was church?" I'm like, that's not for me. And I go, "Okay, well, hey, man, thank you for coming and thank you for taking a chance and all this." But I was young then, and I didn't know how to answer that then. I know how to do it now. But I asked this guy. I said, he goes, "No, no, brother, thank you, but no, I'm not going to be coming back." And I said, "Well, why?" And that was a stupid thing to ask. Next time you just need to say, "Okay, hey, you know what? Thank you for trying. And I'm so grateful for you. But I didn't know any better then." So I said, "Well, why?" And he said, "Because I'm leaving here and I ain't miserable." That's a true story. He really believed that what he meant was, I've never been to a church service that I wasn't scared I was going to go to hell. And so he's like, God wasn't even in this place. He goes, "Man, I'm not miserable." There's a story. And it's a true story. And this happened with Leanna and I. Leanna and I came across, we were in, I can't remember, you have to ask Leanna, but we were in some foreign country. And the pastor I was talking to, and they were super poor. And Leanna and I was looking at the pastor just saying, what can we do for you and your beautiful bride? What in the world can we do? And they were like, "Well, you know what? We would appreciate this." And there were such minimal things. And me and Leanna looked at each other and we just said, "Hey," and we got to talking about shoes. And to the lady, it was a big deal to get shoes. She had never had new shoes. And Leanna's a shoe girl. So when we went to town, Leanna had got her shoe size and got one of her old ratty shoes. And Leanna bought this lady a new pair of shoes. She actually bought her 2 pairs. And we're like, man, I was like, "What?" And man, Leanna was so excited because they were very expensive shoes. And Leanna was trying to do something really sweet for this lady. We came back and I gave the guy something special, and he opened up his box. And Leanna and the pastor's wife opened up their boxes. And then whenever she opened them, she goes, "Oh my gosh." And she started crying and she goes, "Really?" And me and Leanna were just sitting there and it was so cool. And then she took off her shoes and she put her shoes on and she walked around and she sat down and we could tell something was wrong. And we're like, "Do those not fit?" And she said, "No, they don't really fit." So Leanna's like, "Well, let me see." So she got down there and she adjusted, like fit perfect in the back. It was perfectly width. She reached toe. It was perfect. And she said, no, I think these fit perfect. She said, "No, they don't." And she said, "Why do you think that?" She said, "Because they don't hurt." And she had never had a pair of shoes in her life that had fit her. And so she thought that shoes were supposed to hurt. And so she thought they didn't fit. And we're like, "No, they're not supposed to hurt." And that was a tremendous revelation to her. Like, no, you've lived to be 25 or 30 years old and you didn't know that shoes were not supposed to hurt, but there's a new revelation. A lot of people that walk with Jesus is a lot like that. They don't know that not supposed to hurt. So consequently, if me and Ben are kidding around and if we're having a good time and I'm just going to have fun, I'm a part of too much darkness to take on that spirit. I am somebody who's going to have fun. And Ben is even worse than me. And sometimes, we're silly, and that makes a lot of people mad. They're like, well, Jesus was not in that. Like, how do you know? Well, because it doesn't hurt. Baloney. That's a poverty mindset, and it comes from a strand of walking with Jesus in a very hurtful way. Jesus will walk with you in the hurts of your life, but he also wants to share with you the joys of life. And I want very much, man, to be a hope bomb for people, take on hell with the water pistol, and to come out of dark places smelling more like heaven than I smell like hell, because we're going to go into dark places and we're going to bring Jesus into those places. And I want to live according to a different spirit. So if that's not for you, I totally get it. But if it is for you, guys, I want to tell you, we have so much at odx.tv where we are loading up and loading up and loading up and loading up. And this last week, we loaded up Leanna's message. We also loaded up the Nephilim thing, which is like, oh my gosh, I got so much hate mail over that. Everybody's like, are you so stupid that this is the biggest hate mail I got. Are you so stupid to believe that Nephilim lived after the flood? Like, do you not see that they were killed at the flood? I'm like, have you ever heard the story of David and Goliath? Did that happen before the flood or after the flood? Oh, I see. You don't believe he was a giant. Okay, well then just say you don't believe it. You don't believe the Bible. Just say that. Just say you believe this part, but you don't believe that part. Like, no, we don't believe in any kind of Nephilim strand. We don't believe that there's demonic. We don't believe Genesis 3:15, that there's two kinds of seeds. We don't believe that. Okay, well, just say that. Or you can attack me.
I can't wait till I get to talk about it because I'm crazier about it than you are. I have so many off the wall theories and all that.
Yeah, it is off the wall.
Wait.
I'm keeping you in the can. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not.
Send me.
That's like
I'm excited about it.
That's like letting the genie out of the bottle. I'm not.
That's exactly right.
I'm keeping you in the can. No, you know what? Our podcast will be able to do that. Let me show everybody one more time what it's going to look like. This is kind of the branding it's going to look like. It's so cool. Uncharted territory. Gosh, look at that. That is just beautiful. And so, you guys are going to dig this, and we're vamping up a brand new podcast, and it's going to be so much fun. Melanie Green,
free.
No, Melanie Green, you're no
They
help.
want me to
I
be
thought that you were my
free.
friend, Melanie. Ben. So we also loaded up a whole bunch of new things this last week, and I don't know how we're going to do this because he's in another room and I can't hear him. So I know he can hear me. So what am I supposed to? How am I supposed to show people? If you don't know how to navigate the ODX site,
so first off, we were going to talk about the seed war. That was the first thing we wanted to talk about, and then you also wanted to talk about Pastor Allen being here on Wednesday.
Okay, so Pastor Allen's going to be with me on Wednesday, and we're going to do some live podcasts. We're going to do some fun stuff. If we're like, oh no, he's going to be with you on Prophetic Life. No, he's not. You can keep that up there, but even though that's a conference thing, Ben.
Sorry.
Yeah. I can tell you this.
It is what it is.
So okay. Yeah, we'll go to that in just a minute. Everybody calm down. All you guys calm down, relax. Okay. So
trying to help you out here, man.
I'm trying to say what's happening on the podcast on Wednesday. And what's going to happen on Wednesday is, okay, Tuesday, I'm doing the Mysteries of the Kingdom of Heaven. You want to be a part of that. And then on Wednesday, I'm actually meeting with the guy, and this guy's name is Jamie Wiseman. And Jamie Wiseman has a brand new planetarium in North Fort Worth, and it is with a Christian worldview and a Christian lens. And he and I are going to be teaming up together to do some really cool things at this Christian planetarium. And so he's going to be joining me on Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about his journey, and we're going to be talking about what this can be. And you're going to be able to ask questions, and it's just going to be crazy cool. So I'm so grateful. And that's going to happen then. And then afterwards, I'm going to go across all platforms, and we're going to do some stuff with Alan DiDio. So be looking for that this coming Wednesday, and that's going to be a lot of fun as well. And then Alan's going to be joining me on Wednesday night. Hey guys, let's pack the house. Come out and let's have like a revival meeting this coming Wednesday night. We're going to be going off on revival. We're going to be going off on moves of the Holy Ghost. We are going to be prophesying to people. We're going to be talking about end time revival. We're going to be talking about the kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom. And we're going to be doing all kinds of crazy cool ministry. We're going to tag team on Wednesday night. Come out and join us here at Open Door Church at 7 p.m. And then for those of you guys that are going to watch online, of course, you can always join us on odx.tv. You sure can. Okay. Now, my friend is going to be, I have a bunch of people in this room with me right now. And a guy that helps me run ODX is a guy by the name of Hunter Jenkins. And Hunter he's actually you guys see those doors right there? Hey, Hunter, open up those doors for me so we can just see you and make fun of you. Just open it up and wave at everybody. Can you do that? Yeah, can you just wave at everybody, please? Just wave at everybody. Okay, close the door. Thank you very much. So Hunter's in there, and Hunter's bringing up some things. And Hunter, go ahead and bring it up if you would. If you go to odx.tv, I want to just show you a couple of new features. Number one, guys, do you see at the top, do you see the search bar? Be sure and use that search bar. So if you're like, hey, I need to find a video with Leanna Brewer in it, type up Leanna, and then all the videos will come up. If you're like, I need to know what the number 333 or what, yeah, type that up. There you go. Right there. Boom. There's the Leanna videos. There's the Leanna videos right there. So be sure and use that feature. And guys, we're tweaking it all the time. And we're making it better and better and better. And that's such a big deal. Now, let's go back to the first page. And if you look, we just took off our live button. And there's two new buttons here at the top. One is live prophetic life, and the other one is live services. So if it's during a service time, you're like, man, I want to watch the thing that's going on live. All you got to do is go to odx.tv and then boom, hit the button. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then it'll take you there. Oh, da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah, and it'll do that. Also, I want you guys to be able to look because it says this, when you see this, recent sermons, you see that? If you're like, man, Pastor Troy preached something about a Band-Aid the other day. Look, you can see Band-Aid. You can see that right there. Or, hey, I know that there's this, if you know that we recently, I recently preached a message, our recents are right there. And you can actually do that. The next one is recently added. And what, like, isn't that the same? Some of it is the same. But if we uploaded like the Seed War, there's 6 cubits in a span, which is the Pastor Troy Gator Hunt, right on. These are all recent things that we've added. Cosmic Cowboy Podcast, the Prophetic Life, our School in Prophecy, all these things that we recently added. You know what? They're right there. And then, guys, one of the things that, like the one that we're featuring there, can you go down just a little bit, Hunter? The Final Hour Conference with me and Pastor Alan Addio. We just recently uploaded that, and it's there as well now. Boom, that's where you find it. The next one that comes up after that is all of our channels. And guys, I want to tell you, we have channels from Redemption Ranch. And like, what? We have a Redemption Ranch channel? We do. And every time I'm out at Redemption Ranch and we film anything, we put it on that channel right there. Look at that. So we have the last 2 conferences. They're both up. Hey, man, have you guys loaded the last conference we just did the week before last? Have you guys got that up yet? What's he saying? The marriage conference? Yes. Yeah. So there should be 4 episodes there, and I only see 2. That's why I'm asking that. So there should be a morning and an evening of the first marriage conference, a morning and evening of the second. Huh? It's a new release online. Okay. So that's in new releases. It's there. He's going to add that today as soon as we get off to Redemption Ranch because it also belongs there. All right. And then we have Works Around the World. You guys see that? If you got our Works Around the World, guys, whenever we're out and we're anywhere on the planet Earth, we're filming stuff. And a lot of it is just me talking into my phone or whatever. But look at this. Look at this stuff. We just now added all that. And we're going to be adding so much more. Some of my other favorite channels, of course, is my Numbers channel. It's on there, The Prophetic Life. We have over 320 hours now. We have our ODX exclusives. Go to our ODX exclusives channel. Do that. Guys, this is all video content right here that you can own that we have made for ODX. And oh my goodness. So all of these things are there. And friends, I'm going to show you this too. This is very important. If you want to give, I want to show you where the giving tab is. Here's the giving tab right there. You see that right there? Friends, I encourage you guys to support us and to help us. I can shamelessly ask you and tell you this. If you haven't given to Open Door, to Troy Brew Ministries, or to ODX in a long, long time, man, we need you to do so. Man, we're asking you guys to stand with us because we're doing more outreaches than we have ever done. We cannot keep up with it. We're making a bigger difference than we ever have, and we're not waiting until we have a budget for it. We're just doing it. So we're counting on people to stand with us. And friends, I want to just tell you this. When you stand with us, you're making a difference in people's lives that it's actually hard for us to articulate. Like, how do you measure it? Well, by how many kids you rescue. No, because for every one kid that we rescue, we affect so many other kids. Like for every one kid we school, we have to build a school within that region, which all the other kids in the region get to go to that school. And so it's like, I don't know how. I know that Jesus does it and he keeps up with it. And it's very difficult for us to keep up with. I can tell you, though, we are making a tremendous difference. Hey, would you please stand with us? We're asking you to stand with us, and we're asking you to help us. And please go to the giving tab and to give there. All right, I think I'm done. I'm looking over here, and let's see here. I got a couple of people here. A bunch of prayer requests are on here, and I want to remind everybody: be sure and call this phone number on here for 24-hour prayer. If you need us to pray with you, go to 877-413-0888. If you would like to give by talking to somebody, you can also call that number. If you have questions about the next trip that we're doing, or what who's preaching this Sunday, or what's happening, where am I at on the radio, where am I at on television, well, what are my books, what are my resources, call that number. If you don't want to look all that up, just call our number and talk to one of my friends. I can literally look across the parking lot here, and the building is just there. And it's a whole room full of people that are standing by, hoping that you will call, because if you need a prayer, or if you need a friend, or if you need resources, or if you would like to stand with us, that's the number that you call. All right. I'm going to go through here. Chance Light says, praise God, Papa. Hello, Chance. Pastor Chance, I bless you and love you so much. I've seen the building of your new house. And people don't believe us, man, that we build houses for people all over the world. Pastor Chance, you're one of them that we recently met. And I met you on a missions trip, and we got to look and I said, this brother needs a house. And we're so happy to love you and to partner with you. You're doing a great job, Pastor Chance, and we are so proud of you. I'm looking in here. Who else is here? Looking for another highlighted thing. Oh my gosh. Alberta, Canada is in here, and that's a really big deal. Thank you. Your food bank is so great. I'm starting to support our local food bank. Way to go, Reginald Stevenson. Thank you. Thank you for supporting your local food bank. It makes such a tremendous difference, man. We're so proud of you, and we call you blessed. Well, guys, I think I'm going to let you guys go. And Brother Ben?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you can think of, man, that I'm leaving out over there?
Let's see. We talked about Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're meeting on that.
Wednesday night.
We kind of touched on your fishing trip. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically all my notes.
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of videos. I'm going to show everybody, and I'm going to do some stuff on that. And you'll see. You guys will see. And our team's going to put together an amazing video. They're going to we also got to put together a video of the SEAL Team 6 Munch that we did the week before that.
Yes.
So I hadn't even talked to them about that. I don't know if they're already working on it or if they're waiting on me to tell them to, but I'll get with them and we'll do that as well. All this stuff we will upload at odx.tv. All right, guys. I hope to see you here on Wednesday night. Ben Brewer, thanks so much for joining me today.
Of
Call you blessed, my friend.
Call you blessed.
Yep. And I'll see you at the ranch tonight and also at my grandson's baseball game.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, your boy Rooster, everybody here talks to, hey, would you put both of us up on screen? Your boy Rooster. Hey, man, the brother got up and slammed it the other day, didn't he?
He did. He hit it straight down third base, man, just inside. He got his first hit.
I hate to miss that,
so
man.
Big deal.
Way to go, Barrett Allen Brewer.
And then he continued to steal second, third, and then he actually stole home, which
Okay.
was hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
So,
the brother runs like I do. Brother's
I know.
slow like I am.
no, that's the
Like,
Brewer gene
it's
right there.
a
I'm not
big
going to
deal.
blame that on your mama because that is totally the Brewer gene. Like we
Yeah.
cannot run for anything. Now we can shoot. And that's why we learned to shoot at a very early age because we can't outrun anybody.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. But with that said, Barrett, one of the things that happened as well with the little brother, he's 10 years old. There was a special, on the other team, they had a special needs kid that was the catcher, and they put him in and let him play as they should. And he was supposed to run home, and this little boy that is playing catcher for this one inning, he's kind of blocking the plate. And Barrett just stood there and went, I'm not. He's like, no. And they're like, no, you're going to get out. You're going to get out. So did the brother get thrown out or what happened?
yeah, he got tagged out.
He got tagged out because he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm going to run into this guy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to run into him. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
And dude, and again, the catcher was like, "No, come on, let's go. I can take it." And he had physical issues, and Bear took one look at him and went, "I'm not pounding you," because he's a big boy. So then it's like, what do? You yell at him, bro. You let your team down. No, he did not let his team down because he's Team Jesus first.
Yeah.
And
what the coaches did after that too is all they said is if you don't want to run into him, just scream like a banshee while you're running, and you're so big you'll terrify him. They'll back up.
Yeah,
Which
just
they're
go
not
right,
wrong.
just yell like a Comanche Indian.
Yeah.
I thought
So that's
that
what
was
he
beautiful.
started doing. He
I
started
thought that
screaming
was-
while he's running now.
I thought that was beautiful. Hey guys, whenever you see today, guys, we're going to actually be loading up the promo video from a brand new sermon series that's called Winning the what's it called?
Winning the World Series.
Winning the World Series. Like, what is it? It's winning the World Series. Would you guys please share that? Whenever you see that, would you please share that and invite people out to Open Door? Well, guys, I want to let you guys go. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to join me tomorrow on The Prophetic Life as I'm talking about the mysteries of the kingdom. Great big thank you to Benjamin Allen Brewer. Call you blessed, man. Great big thank you to Pastor Jerry, to Connie, to Matthew, to Jonathan, and to Hunter that is in the booth. And then all the way across this building is Greg and his team, and he's up there. Who else is up there with Greg right now?
Frank's running sound right now.
Alex is up there. Ethan is up there. The whole bunch of guys that are who else? Yeah, Jonathan Clark is up there. All of our friends that are making this thing work. It takes a lot of people, man, to make these things work.
Hey,
I'm grateful for my teams. What?
So don't forget the sound guy, Frank.
Who is the sound guy up there today?
Frank is the radio guy.
Frank? Way to
Yeah,
go,
good old
Frank,
Frank.
man. Frank is one
His
of our new
birthday
guys.
is actually on May the 4th, and today is Jonathan's birthday too.
Really? Hey, happy birthday,
It is.
Jonathan, man. We bless you. He's right here behind this camera right here. And he needs to stay behind the camera. He's not much to look at either. I promise you. So it's just not. All right, guys. God bless you so much. I'll see you here on Wednesday night with Pastor Alan DiDio. I'll see you on the Prophetic Life on Tuesday and on Wednesday. And then, friends, of course, I hope to see you here at Open Door Church this coming Sunday at 9 o'clock or at 11 o'clock. Be tuned into all of our social media. And until the next time I see you, I call you the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, and highly favored of the Lord. Bye-bye, everybody.